On this video, I'm starting with the techniques of the second part of the framework, the mind training. And I'll start with the mental imagery technique. Many elite athletes and performers routinely use visualization techniques as part of training for competition. There are many stories of these kind of performers who've used these techniques to cultivate not only a competitive edge, but also to create renewed mental awareness, a heightened sense of well-being, and confidence. All of these factors have shown to contribute to the success of any performer. Anyone can use this technique to intend an outcome of a race or training session or performer, or simply to rest in a relaxed feeling of calm and well-being. By imagining a scene complete with images of previous best performance or a future desired outcome, you are instructed to simply step into that feeling. The golfer Jack Nicklaus used mental imagery for every shot. In describing how he imagined his performance, he wrote, "I never hit a shot, even in practice, without having a sharp, in-focus picture of it in my head. It's like a color movie. First, I see the ball where I want to finish, nice and white, and sitting it up on high on the bright green grass. Then the scene quickly changes, and I see the ball going there, its path, trajectory, and shape, even in its behavior on landing. Then there's a sort of fade out, and the next scene shows me making the kind of swing ball that will turn the previous images into the reality, and only at the end of this short, private Hollywood spectacular, do I select a club and step up to the ball." To become proficient in the use of imagery, you have to use it in every day and in as many situations as possible. On every training session, before you execute any skill or combinations of skills, do it in imagery. See, feel, and experience yourself moving through the actions in your mind as you would like them actually to unfold. In the performance or competition situation, use imagery before the start of the events and see yourself performing successfully and winning, of course. Spending between 3 and 5 minutes on imagery seems to be the most effective. It should be included in training, and time outside of training should be spent on imagery, 10 to 15 minutes a day. So, the details are this. Create imagery so realistic you believe you are actually executing the skill. In order to obtain the most realistic imagery possible, you must incorporate definition, action, emotion, detail, and a positive result into your imagery. Definition is to make the images as vivid as possible and include color. Action, break down the image into small components and visualize those components. Sprinting, for example, consider the action of the arms, legs, trunk, head, feet, hands, and whatever. On the emotion, you try to include emotional feelings in your images. Refresh your memory constantly by emphasizing specific sensory awareness, like the smells, the wind, during your training. Detail. Incorporate as many of your senses as possible into your imagery so that the scene is as clear and realistic as real life in itself. And the positive result. This is essential. You only achieve what you believe. In designing your own imagery program, apply the FIT principles. FIT is a popular acronym in physical training that we can also use here. F is for frequency. Aim to incorporate imagery into every day of your training schedule. For busy people, just before you sleep could be a good time, and it helps if you are to relax in a tranquil state. I is for intensity. Try to create an all-sensory experience that is as vivid and clear as possible. Initially practicing in a quiet environment can help to minimize distractions and facilitate clear images. T is for time. The first T at least. Imagery should make big demands on your attention, so short, 5 to 10 minute sessions, frequent quality sessions are preferable to long ones. And the other T is for type. Remember to decide on your desired outcome and select the time of imagery to match it. How exactly do you use the mental imagery? When you have 5 minutes to spare outside of your training, sit in a comfortable place where you won't be interrupted. Relax your body and take several long, slow breaths. Then close your eyes and create a vivid and convincing image. This image can be one you've previously experienced or one that you simply desire. If you become distracted or find that you are thinking about something else, simply acknowledge it and let it go and come back to the image. Focus on your breathing if you lose the image. Maintain a positive attitude and imagine the sights, the sounds, the tastes, the feelings, and even the smells of your experience. Take note of as much detail of the scene as possible. What are you wearing? Who is there? What are you hearing? How do you feel? If your imagery session is not going the way you want it to, simply open your eyes and start over with your breathing. Always end an imagery session with a positive image. Then you can use the short version while you are in a training session or actively doing something else. Naturally here, you can't sit on a comfortable place and do all these things. You have to do it in a short form. But you've been actively doing this all the other days, it shouldn't be a problem for you.